So here is the farmer um, place, and although the farmers weren't particularly wealthy, they supplied the entire city with food. The Nile supplied rich black soil for the farms to grow, so there was always plenty to eat. Um, Over here is the market, or the forum, where all daily business, bartering, trading was held. Um, Over here, we have a merchant person or tradesman making paper out of papyrus, which is a naturally growing plant that grows in the Nile. It's where we get the word paper from. He would use a big hammer and smooth stones to smooth out strips of papyrus to make a single sheet of paper. Paper was expensive. Over here, there's another person who's working with metal and uses an open fire which he blows on to keep it hot to melt the metal. Much bartering was held on the ground, like with these two people, and they would barter out the prices on the ground, displaying both kinds of goods. The Nile served as a great way to get around and transport goods. Boats that were propelled by either the wind or paddles would go up and down the river, supplying people with food. Over here, someone's actually harvesting the papyrus, carrying the heavy shoots on their back. They would often chew on the sweet stems as a reward. Over here is the scribe school. People would come to scribe school to learn how to write, a valued trade. Here is the throne room and palace courtyard. The pharaoh was often surrounded by many subjects, scribes, slaves, servants, to wait and carry out the stages of city life. Back here, for when the pharaoh dies, a pyramid is being built, where many, many, many slaves gather to build these enormous structures. See the difference in the kind of land? This area over here is called the Black Land, the fertile land that's deposited from the Nile's yearly floodings. But this side, the red land, is often dry and baked, with little or no water or precipitation ever occurring. Out here in the endless void is the embalming place. When an important person died, um, they would be brought to a room like this and have a priest chant over them as a few operations would happen. 4 main organs would be taken out and put into canopic jars, such as these. One person, the person who has to open the body to get the organs out, is called the slitter, who uses probably an obsidian knife and is pelted with stones because they're harming the body. The Egyptians had no idea what the brain was for, so they would swirl around a big rod of something and turn the brain to liquid, which would dribble out the nose. Soon, after all these operations were done, the body would be wrapped in over 300 yards of pure white linen, with magical amulets wrapped in its folds. In between these processes, the body has to be dried, made into shape, and a few other stages to make them ready for being put into a tube. Well, that just about sums it up. Egypt was a good city, place thing.